So good morning everyone. So today we are going to start a new chapter called Exploring Geometrical Figures. So which chapter we are starting? That is Exploring Geometrical Figures. So in your surroundings or in your house or in your classroom, you will see so many geometrical figures. Okay, you will be observing so many geometrical figures. So in that some will be similar, some will be congruent. Okay, what do you mean by similar and congruent we will learn now. So in your surroundings you will be seeing so many geometrical figures which will be in similar shapes and similar and congruent shapes. Okay, so first what is congruent we will learn. So what do you mean by congruent? So what do you mean by congruent? Congruent is nothing but a shape, any geometrical figure having the same shape and same size. So if you take any two figures, I am taking it as coins here. So see here, I am taking 2 rupees coins. So which coins I am taking? 2 rupees coins I am taking. So what do you mean by congruent? Congruent is nothing but having the same shape and same size. So if I take these 2 rupees coins, both are having the same shape and same size. So if you coincide with each other, so if you keep coins on each other, so the shape and size will be same. So these we can say these two figures are congruent to each other. So these two 2 rupees coins are congruent to each other because the shape is also same and the size is also same. So we can say these two coins are congruent to each other. In the same way you can take the triangles also. A, B, C, and here I am taking it as P, Q, R. Okay, so these two triangles are congruent to each other. Why I am telling here? I am taking 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters. In the same way, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters. So if you take out this triangle and place on this ABC triangle, both the shape and size will be same. Then only we can call these two triangles are congruent to each other. So already you have learnt in 7th class. We have learnt about SSS congruency, SAS congruency, ASA congruency and RHS congruency. So we can say these two triangles are congruent to each other. So, and which symbol you will use here? Congruent symbol is like this, equal to sign, and above that we will take one curve. Okay, so this is the symbol we will use for congruency. So you can say here triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay, so this is called as congruency. Congruency is nothing but, what do you mean by congruency? It should have same shape and same size. Now coming to similarity. So what do you mean by similarity? We will see. So what do you mean by similarity? Similar is nothing but shape will be same but size will be different. Shape will be same and size will be different. So suppose I am taking here small triangle and big triangle. Here A, B, C, here P, Q, R. So these two triangles are in the same shape. Both are having 3 sides and shape is same here. But here size is different. So here it is a small size and this is a big size. Okay, so we will call these type of figures as similar figures. Similars we will denote with this symbol, small curve. Okay, so what do you mean by similarity? Similarity is nothing but having the same shape but the size will be different. So that type of figures we will call it as similar figures. Suppose you can take one 2 rupee coin and one 1 rupee coin. Okay, I am taking these two. Both are in same shape. Both are in circle shape only. But here size is different. This is small size and this is big size. So you can see this. So these two coins are similar to each other because one rupee coin is small one and 2 rupees coin is bigger one, and but shape is same here, but shape is same. Both are in circle shape. So we can say these two coins are similar to each other. So what we can write here? Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. So this is the difference between congruent and similarity. Congruent means shape and size both will be same, but in similarity shape will be same but size will be different. So these are called as similar and congruent. Next is congruent shapes. Congruency shapes, how it can be rotated, how it can be flipped, how it can be moved, we will see. Suppose I am taking one triangle shape here. What I am taking? I am taking one triangle shape and here I am writing it as A, B, C. Okay, so I am writing it as A, B, C. This is a triangle figure. So in this what we are learning? What is move we are learning? Move, we are moving from one place to another place, that's it. And what is rotate? And what is flipped we are learning. Okay, so what we are learning, what is move, what is rotate and what is flip. Suppose I am taking this triangle, I am keeping here. Okay, so this triangle from this A, B, C, I am moving from here to here. Okay, this triangle has been moved to this side. So this is A, B, C. So the movement of a triangle from one place to another we will call it as move. From this place it has been moved to this place. So this is called as movement. It has been moved from one place to another place. So this is called as movement. Now next is rotate. Again I have kept the figure here. A, B, C. This is one triangle. And what we are learning about? We are learning about rotate. Rotate means this triangle has been rotated like this. Okay. So how it has been rotated? It has been rotated like this. Okay. So now the triangle has become in this way. It became B. This A came here. Okay. So A came here and this is C and this is B. It became like this. From here like this, it has rotated to like this. So that means this will be C and this will be B. Okay. So this is called as rotation. It has moved to a center point. From center point it has been rotated like this. Okay. So this is called as rotate. So this is called as rotate. Okay, it can be rotated till 360 degrees. It can be rotated till 360 degrees. So it can be rotated like this and again it should come to its original place. So first rotation I am taking like this. Okay, this is the first rotation what I have drawn here. Next rotation A came here. Okay, again the next rotation came to same place. Again it has been rotated to 360 degrees. So any triangle, any figure can be rotated to 360 degrees. So this is called as rotate. Okay, next is flip. Flip is nothing but again I am taking a triangle that is A, B, C. This is a triangle ABC. Flipping is nothing but the mirror image. Okay, it has been flipped like this. It has been flipped like this. So what is the alphabet here? A. Here it is C. And here it is B. So it has been flipped like this. If like this, first it was like this. Now I have flipped in this order. So this is called as flipping. So what we call this as flip. Okay. So this is move. This is rotate. And this is called as flipped. Okay, so here they have given this definitions in page number 183. So once you see that flip is a transformation in which a plane figure is reflected across a line. It has been reflected on across a line here and creating a mirror image of a original figure. So it has been created a mirror image. Okay, so suppose I am keeping here one dot. On B place I am keeping one dot. Okay, on B place I am keeping one dot. Okay, now if I flip this, where it is the dot now? Here it is A, C, B. So dot is here now. Dot is in this place. First the dot was here. Dot was here. Now dot has been flipped. Now it is here. So this is called as flipping. Okay, so they have given a definition, that is flip is a transformation in which a plane figure is reflected across a line, creating a mirror image of original figure. So this is called as flipping. Next is rotating. So what do you mean by rotating? Rotation means turning around a center. It is turning around a center. This is a turning point, middle point. Around the center it will be rotated in 360 degrees. Okay, so that is called as rotation. Okay, so what do you mean by rotation? Rotation means turning around the center. The distance from the center to any point of the shape stays the same. Every point makes a circle around the center. Circle is nothing but is rotating how many degrees? 360 degrees. And next is in page number 184 and 185 they have given similar figures and congruent figures. Okay, so next is illustration. What do you mean by illustration? Suppose illustration. So what do you mean by illustration? Suppose you are standing here and some from you and from distance of you, some distance of where you are standing, you are seeing one pillar. Okay, from here from where you are standing to the pillar, the distance is some 2 or 3 kilometers. So if you stand here and see that pillar, and if you place a pencil on that, the pillar distance and your pencil distance will be same. The length of your pencil and the length of your pillar will be same. That you are illustrating that your pencil distance, the length of a pencil and length of a pillar is same. That is called as illustration. You can see by standing in your terrace. Okay, so if you stand there and if you see any pillar or any building, if you take a pencil or anything, if you keep your fingers also like this, the distance of the length of the length of the building and the length of your 2 fingers will be same. So that will be that is called as illustration. So what you can write that height of a pillar. I am writing in the form of pillar. So height of a pillar . Height of the pillar will divide height of pencil. Okay, the height of the pillar will be divided by height of a pencil what you are catching. Okay, so once again I am telling what is illustration. Illustration means suppose from where you are standing to some far, you are seeing one pillar or any building. So you can assume that if you take one pencil or anything, if you catch from here, that length of a pencil and length of a building will be same. So that is called as illustration. Okay, how you will represent the illustration? That is height of a pillar by height of a pencil, or you can take height of a building by height of a pencil what you are catching there. Not only pencil, it can be any other thing also. So this is called as illustration. Next is dilation. What do you mean by dilation? Dilation is nothing but enlarging a figure. If you take any figure, I am taking one triangle, small triangle. This small triangle can be enlarged. Is it right? This small triangle can be enlarged. So this small triangle can be enlarged, and In the same way, this big triangle can be reduced also. That process of enlarging and decreasing the length, we will call it as dilation. So what do you mean by dilation? This method of drawing enlarged figure and reduced similar figure is called as dilation. Here I have taken one figure, that is A, B, C, and I have enlarged this one. How I enlarge this? End point is here, A point, and this is C point, and this figure has been enlarged, that is P, Q, R. So this process we will call it as dilation. So what do you mean by dilation? Dilation is nothing but process of enlarging and reducing the similar figure. We will call it as dilation. Only similar figures we can enlarge. Congruent figure means nothing but will be having same shape and same size. So similar is nothing but shape will be same and size will be different. Here what we are doing here, small size we are increasing to large size, or large size we will decrease to small size. So this process we will call it as dilation. Okay. So next is exercise 8.1. So what is exercise 8.1 here? Name 5 pair of congruent objects you see daily. So you can do this one. So any 5 objects you can write here. Name 5 pair of congruent objects. Any 5 pair of congruent objects you can write. Next is, if a triangle ABC is congruent to triangle NMO, name the congruent sides and angles. So you have to write. If you have to draw a triangle ABC and triangle MNO. In that, which sides are congruent and which sides are, which angles are congruent and which sides are congruent, you have to name. And third bit, state whether the following statements are true. Explain with reason. So this is true or false. Next, fifth one, this is the first, second, third and fourth you can do by yourself. Now fifth one, draw a polygon on a dotted sheet. Also draw congruent figure in different directions and mirror image of it. Okay, so what we have to draw for this? So you have to draw a polygon for this, and you have to draw a mirror image of that also. So what we have to do, draw 2 congruent figures, draw a polygon in a dotted sheet. On a dotted sheet you have to draw a polygon and also draw congruent figure in different directions and mirror image. So already I told you about rotate, flip and also move. So like that you have to draw the figure, that polygon figure you have to draw. Now next is, using a dotted sheet or a graph sheet, draw a rectangle and construct a similar figure. Find the perimeter and area of both and compare the ratios with the ratio of the corresponding sides. So you have to take a square dotted sheet you have to take, and what you have to do, we have to compare the perimeter and area of both the figures. So find the perimeter and area of both and compare the ratios of the ratios with the ratio of the corresponding side. So what we have to do, we have to take one dotted sheet and in that you have to draw 2 rectangles. Okay, so what we have to do, draw 2 rectangles, one small rectangle and one big rectangle we have to draw. Nothing but dilation. Dilation is take a small rectangle and increase to big rectangle. After doing that, somewhat like this. So here I am taking one dotted sheet. In that first I am drawing one small rectangle, and this small rectangle has been increased to big rectangle. It has been increased to big rectangle like this. Okay, now we have to find the area and perimeter for this rectangle. Suppose I am taking it as A, B, C, D. Here it is A dash, B dash, D dash and C dash. Okay, suppose this is 2 and this is 2, this is 1, this is 1. In rectangle, opposite sides will be equal. So this is 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. It has been enlarged. That means it will be 4, 4, 2, 2. Okay, after drawing like this, we have to find the perimeter and area for this. So what is the enlarged perimeter and what is the reduced smaller figure perimeter, and also what is the area of this figure and area of this figure we have to find. So first, area of bigger rectangle we will see. Area of A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash by area of A, B, C, D. So what is the area of this? Area of a rectangle is L into B. L into B means we have to multiply these two sides. That is 4 into 2 by area of ABCD. Area of this part we have to take. That is 2 into 1. 2 into 1. So that will be 8 by 2. 8 by 2 is nothing but 2 1s are 2 4s are. So the ratio is what here? 4 is to 1. Okay, so this is called as ratio area. Now we have to find for perimeter also. So what do you mean by perimeter of a rectangle? Perimeter is 2 into L plus B. So perimeter of A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash by perimeter of A, B, C, D. So what is the perimeter formula? That is 2 into L plus B. 2 into length value is 4 plus breadth value is 2 by, again for this also perimeter. Perimeter is what? 2 into L plus B. What is the length value? Length value is 2 plus breadth value is 1. So 2 into 4 plus 2 is 6 by 2 into 2 plus 1 is 3. So 2 6 are 12 by 2 3s are 6. 6 1s are 6 2s are. So what is the ratio here? 2 is to 1. So this is how you will do this. So first you have to draw a dilation of a rectangle. We have to increase it. Okay. So first smaller one I have taken. After that bigger one I have taken. Okay. So now we have to find the area of these two figures and also area of these two perimeter of these two figures. Divide it. You will get the answer here. Okay. Next is 7th, 8th and 9th we will continue tomorrow, and also we will complete this chapter tomorrow. Thank you.